Hello students, our today's topic is eddy currents. Okay, eddy currents. Now, as I've discussed with you about electromagnetic induction, that whenever there is change of magnetic flux, then there is the production of the induced current in a coil or in a wire. So now, here the new word which is appearing. So this eddy current is also the induced current only. Okay, eddy currents are induced currents produced due to the change of magnetic flux only. But where they will be produced? They will be produced in any plane conductor or in any three-dimensional conductor. This is only the change. Okay, so the idea is simple. Whenever there is a coil and in that the magnetic flux or field lines are entering and changing. So whatever current automatically is produced, that is called induced current. But suppose in case of a coil or a wire, in place of this, if a metallic conductor which is two-dimensional or a three-dimensional conductor is given, and through this 2D or 3D object, if the change of flux is taking place, change of magnetic flux, then also some currents are produced that are also induced currents only, but now we name them what? Eddy currents. Okay, so till the time there is a wire, maybe straight wire or maybe a coil, so whenever there is a wire and through that closed wire change of flux takes place, then whatever current is produced, we call it simply induced current. But if the given object is a 2D object, that means any plane, it can be a circular plane, planar coil or rectangular planar coil, or any 3D object, that means a cuboid or cylindrical object or spherical object. If through these objects change of magnetic flux takes place, then also the currents start flowing through them. That induced currents are called now eddy currents. So that's why in the definition of the eddy currents it is written, eddy currents are also induced current produced due to the same reason, change of magnetic flux, but in a plane or 3D, that means 2D or 3D conductor. Till the time it is 1D conductor, one dimension conductor, then this current will be called induced current. But if it is a 2D object or 3D object, then that current will be known as eddy current. Now, because eddy currents are also induced current only, that's why they also follow the same rule for their direction. So which rule is followed for the direction? That is Lenz law, the same law which we have applied before also. And second important point is about the eddy currents, that these eddy currents always flow in form of the closed loops. That means if suppose in this eddy currents are produced, so they move at the corners. This way they make the closed loops, okay, in the object. So this way the eddy currents flow in the circuits. Now we will understand one interesting experiment related to eddy currents and some headings which we have to cover, that are disadvantages, then how to eliminate or reduce eddy current, and then applications of eddy current. Okay, these headings we are going to cover. So let us start now the experiment. Note down this introduction about eddy current. Okay, now as I have told you that eddy currents are helpful in some ways, in some experiments, like we have studied about moving coil galvanometer. Okay, whenever any coil which is wound over a core, okay, this I can show a core also, that here one core is there, that means the medium is present. Okay, now suppose any coil is between N and S, that means North Pole and South Pole, and because of the torque experienced, it is moving, okay, or it is rotating. So what is happening? Whenever any coil is oscillating, okay, if any coil is oscillating and we have to bring the coil back to its original position, then the eddy currents help us. How does it happen? Let us understand. Suppose this is North Pole and South Pole position. So magnetic field lines are from north to south, because outside the magnetic field lines are from north to south. Now suppose there is a coil. Okay, the coil is placed this way. Now this coil is oscillating. Okay, this coil is oscillating. Now you can see this side North Pole is there and this side South Pole is there. So what will happen? This position is called the mean position of the coil, and as it goes out of the North Pole and South Pole, that means here and here North Pole and South Pole were there. So that is called extreme position. So mean, extreme, mean, extreme. Okay, so what happens? When this coil is oscillating, okay, so north and south are here. So magnetic field lines are initially crossing it. Okay, they are crossing it. But as soon as this coil moves outside, that means to the extreme position, there is no field line crossing it now, because field lines are only available here. So at that location no field lines are present. So as this coil moves from this location to that location, that means from mean position to extreme, the magnetic field lines becomes zero, because magnetic field lines are only present here where North Pole and South Pole are there. So when this coil is moving out of the N and S, then the flux decreases, and due to the decrease of the flux, here induced currents are produced. But because it is a metallic conductor or it is two-dimensional, that's why we will call these currents eddy currents. Now eddy currents also follow the Lenz law for their direction. Lenz law opposes the cause. Cause was decrease of magnetic flux. So the eddy currents will flow in such a manner that they will be forced to increase the flux. And increase in flux is only possible in between, that means in the mean position. So this coil which has gone out of the field lines, that will return back to its mean position. So every time whenever the coil will come out of the field lines, it will be pushed towards the poles. So again when it is going out, it will be pushed inwards. If it is coming out this side, extreme position, then also it will be pushed in between. So this way, each time whenever this coil is moving out this side or this side, in both the cases the induced currents, that means eddy currents, will force the coil to come in between North and South Pole. So this way the oscillations of the coil will be stopped. So this way eddy currents help to stop the oscillation of any coil, maybe in the moving coil galvanometer or maybe in some other experiments also. You can note down this explanation along with this diagram. Each time the coil moves out of the poles N and S, magnetic flux through the coil decreases. Okay, as I have told you, when it goes that side, the magnetic flux decreases. So eddy currents are produced in the core, and by Lenz law, eddy current oppose the cause. That means decreasing flux. So in order to increase the flux, coil is pushed again in between the poles. So oscillations are stopped. Okay. So this was the experiment which is related to the eddy currents. Now we have to understand few more details about eddy currents. Note down this case. We have to discuss now what are the undesirable effects of eddy currents. Okay, this we should know. So students, whenever any current is given, an undesirable effect is asked or disadvantage is asked, there is only one disadvantage about the current, that is this heat loss. Okay, so if eddy current starts flowing in the core of the coil, okay, then some energy is always lost in form of the heat, and that heat loss formula is what? I square RT. This is that Joule's law of heating. Okay, I square RT. So if more current flows, more heat loss will be taking place. So this is only the point which is undesirable effect. Now because eddy currents are undesirable, that means somewhere they help also, but because of this heat loss they are undesirable also. So how can we reduce the eddy currents? We have to understand two methods, okay, in the next sheet. Okay, now the methods to reduce the eddy currents, these we are going to study in two cases under 2 points. First is by using laminated core we can reduce the eddy currents. Okay, as we have discussed that eddy currents produce lot of heat and that's why energy loss takes place, and to prevent it we should reduce the magnitude of eddy current. So how do we do it? Suppose any core is three-dimensional. Okay, this is the core over which the coil can be wound. Okay, so if this is a core, this is called the solid core. Now if in the solid core we make the slices, okay, and we join them again, then that is called laminated core. I will show you in this diagram. You can see that if this is the three-dimensional cuboid, if we cut the slices, one slice, second slice, third slice, fourth slice, and then we join them again, okay, so the whole solid core, if it is converted in the laminated core, okay, then this will help us. This laminated core will help us. Here in the solid core eddy currents will be more, and here in the laminated core the eddy currents will be less. How it will take place? It's very simple. As I have told you, the eddy current flow in the closed loops. So when here eddy current will flow, they will get less area. Area is less for the eddy current to flow. If cross-sectional area is less now, then resistance is inversely proportional. So resistance is more, which eddy currents have to cross, and that's why the eddy currents are less. Eddy currents flowing in the laminated core are less in magnitude. So here the reason is, by cutting the core into slices and joining them again, the effective area of cross section reduces. That's why resistance increases for the current, and that currents becomes less in magnitude, and that's why the heat loss will also become less. So here we have reduced the eddy current by one method. Now we have the second method, that is slotted plate. Okay, now what is the meaning of the slotted plate? That let us understand. Suppose we have a two-dimensional plate. Okay, plate is a two-dimensional in which eddy currents are flowing, but that is larger in magnitude, and we have to reduce the magnitude of the eddy current. So how do we do it? As I have told you before, eddy currents flow in the closed loops. So when in this original plate the eddy current will flow, they will flow like this. Okay, this is the flowing of eddy current. Now in place of this original plate, if we make slots in the plate, I will show you how. So slotted plate means this type of diagram. Okay, slotted plate. That means if we make small cuts in this plate, we have made small cuts. Okay, these are cuts. So what will happen now? Eddy current will start flowing like this. Okay, if I take this direction, eddy current has to take the corners. So eddy current will flow this way, this way. Okay, this way eddy currents will flow. So now you can see that the path length has increased for the eddy current. Here the path length was smaller, but because of these cuts, eddy current which is flowing at the corners of any plate, the path length has increased. So according to this reason, if length of the flow of the current increases, okay, this length increases, so resistance is proportional to length, resistance also increases. So finally the current magnitude will decrease. That means while covering the more length, while the eddy current is flowing, when it is covering the more length, it has to face the more resistance. More resistance means its magnitude will decrease. So these are the two methods. One method is for 3-dimensional core and one method is for the 2-dimensional core. How to reduce the eddy currents. Note down this case. Now applications we have to study. Okay, under the heading of applications of eddy currents, we can take this example of deadbeat galvanometer, or this can also be called as electromagnetic damping. And as I've discussed in the starting, that what is the meaning of electromagnetic damping or deadbeat galvanometer? It is that same case which we discussed in the starting. In any experiment where a coil is oscillating in between the two poles and we have to stop the oscillations of this coil, then eddy currents help us. Okay, when this is a coil and suppose in between this coil we fix a core also, and when this coil is moving, whenever this coil is moving along with the core out of the magnetic field, then because of the decrease of the magnetic flux, each time the eddy currents are set up and they push the coil back to the original position. So this is that same experiment which we have discussed before. So in any experiment where the oscillations of the coil are to be stopped, then eddy currents help us. So wherever with the help of eddy currents we are reducing the oscillations, that galvanometer can be known as deadbeat galvanometer. Dead means stopped and beat means oscillations. So this way the same explanation you can write here under the heading deadbeat galvanometer or electromagnetic damping. So this is the application of eddy currents, and you can keep an idea of few more applications of eddy currents like brake system. Okay, this you can study from the NCERT book. Okay students,